had this afternoon. He'd been on for a couple of hours, of course, with our meteorologist. Our whole team was here.
Yeah, he'll let us know when he's ready to go again to get you updated on the. Ross, are you ready?
Yeah,
Ross, Chief Meteorologist Ross Whitley joining us now. It's been a busy afternoon out there. Tornadoes across the area. Ross, what do you have on the latest?
Yeah, it's been a significant day, and we've had multiple tornadoes. We had multiple tornado warnings. Thankfully, we are talking about the tornadoes now exiting the region. Unfortunately, there is still significant weather out there that continues to move off to the east. What you're looking at is a recap of the last 6 hours of activity, and unfortunately it started well before that, but now currently there are 3 tornado warnings off to our east. We do still have plenty of shower activity that is moving on through, but you see here we had a confirmed tornado through Defuniak Springs. We had a confirmed tornado into Ponce de Leon. We had a confirmed tornado toward Kinesville. We had a confirmed tornado south of Panama City Beach that likely moved across the west end into St. Andrews Bay and then eventually into downtown. We also just had a confirmed waterspout to the south of Franklin County that likely moved over to the east end as well. So an active day to say the least. Thankfully, the rest of tonight looks much, much better.
All right, Ross, thank you so much. I do want to throw in there, Jerry, we did make some phone calls this afternoon. We're hearing rumblings of people hurt, possible deaths, and there are no reports of anybody injured, no serious injuries or deaths. So we'll keep checking, but that's good news as of this moment.
Yeah, let's hope that's the case. There are no injuries, and we'll keep everybody updated on the latest.
All right, now Panama City took a hit, as Ross had mentioned, the tornadic activity in our area, and one of those hardest hit areas was the Cove in downtown Panama City. That's
right. News 13's Erica Orsted live on scene tonight to tell us about the situation out there. Erica?
You're a communicator, kid. I was just talking, okay? You're good.
Hey, guys, that's absolutely right. Definitely a scary time here for a lot of people here in the Cove. And you know, for me as well, for all of us here at the waterspout in Panama City Beach, I was working from home when that passed right through. Definitely scary for a lot of people. And here, too, that tornado came through here. And you can see, you know, the damage in the video you're about to see on the screen, some of that. But right behind me, there was actually a power line that went into a puddle, and they just left, but we had some fire engines here and police officers. You can see the power truck there that worked to fix that, but they're just making sure right now you guys need to be safe. If you're outside, please just try not to step in any puddles right now. They are working all of that out. Power was just restored in this area not too long ago, but if you look on your screen, you can see some of the damage that is here in the Cove. I'm right off of Cherry Street now, but we drove through the Cove and we saw some of that damage. Tree branches down, large tree branches on the ground, brand new fencing, you know, on the ground as well. And this area was hard hit by Hurricane Michael. So obviously this is the last thing people want to be worrying about right now, is fixing down fences and removing more debris from the roads. Obviously, you know, after Hurricane Michael, as they said before, thousands of pounds of debris were removed from this area all over the place. So obviously we have some more leaves and branches down now. But, you know, like I said, right now they're just asking people to be careful with the puddles. If you are walking outside looking at some of that damage, just be mindful of puddles. There are still power lines down in some areas. They're fixing them, but that seems to be the worst threat at this point. So just be mindful of the puddles. Live in the Cove in Panama City, Erica Orsted, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
All right, Erica, hard to believe the Cove was hit.
Don't you know it?
We don't want to bring up Hurricane Michael, but of course, unfortunately, it brings back the memories of all the stuff and the trees down and in the streets. And the Cove had lost a lot of trees, and now it looks like they've suffered some damage again as well. That's right. Damage throughout the area tonight, all around. We've got some reporters in the field tonight to bring you up to date on everything. First of all, the waterspout, Panama City Beach this afternoon. Amy, what do you have on that? All right, let's take a look at that, Matt, if you can roll that video. This was on the west end of Panama City Beach earlier, obviously this afternoon, because the storm came from our west. We appreciate all our viewers who sent the video into us. This was due south of Panama City Beach. Ross said there were wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and you can see it at a distance. You know, at a distance, it's not so frightening. I don't think I would want to have been close to that. It appears to have come up on land, but there's no way of knowing at this point. As you watch these things crawl across the Gulf of Mexico. So you could see at a distance someone was able to get a a pretty good shot of it.
Scary sights there. Look at that.
Oh yeah, all those houses. You can see the condos in the distance there. Probably looks like it's facing Front Beach Road.
Well, we appreciate that video being sent into News 13 this afternoon. It's such a stormy afternoon. We want to switch gears now and go to Walton County, where, as you heard earlier, Ross Whitley telling us that confirmed tornadoes along Highway 331 and elsewhere. We have some video a viewer sent in to us, damage in part of that area there in the Defuniak Square area. Do we have that video? Okay. Take just a second here. So many things are happening fast. Here's the video right here at Defuniak Square, Highway 331 this afternoon. The Winn-Dixie store is located in this shopping center here. Debris blown all over the highway, signage down, as you see, trees down. We have no reports so far of damage to buildings, but there could be. But this is the latest that we have, the video from Defuniak Springs. No reports of injuries there in Defuniak Springs in Walton County this afternoon as those storms moving through. Confirmed tornado along Highway 331.
Some frightening moments this afternoon. I know, Jerry, when the storm started to come this way and we thought the tornado was out maybe back Grace Avenue, which is behind the television station, we had to stop what we were doing to go into our safe place here in the building for a few minutes until it passed. So I know it's been a frightening afternoon for a lot of folks, and we appreciate you staying with us, mostly probably online if you lost your power.
And we don't want to talk about those storm memories, but it definitely took us back there, you know what?
Absolutely. All right, we're going to ask Matt where we're going next. I know we have reporters across the area.
Okay, we may want to, Ross Whitley, you have an update, or we're going to take a quick break?
Let's take a break.
All right, we'll take a break right now, and then we'll be back in just a moment, so stay with us here on News 13 at 6.
You're watching News 13 with Amy Hoyt, Jerry Brown, Courtney Mims and Chief Meteorologist Ross Whitley.
Thank you for staying with us tonight. Frightening situation, Amy, this afternoon as a storm system came in here. Downtown Panama City, reports of damage, and I tell you, it was something else.
It was something else. It's pretty incredible. Now, this is a look at Panama City near the, looks like near the city marina. News 13's Madeline Bierster sent us this video. This came in actually earlier. She said it was a Will Scott working trailer, flew into the playground music building, which isn't far from the television station here in downtown on Harrison. You can see a ton of debris and damage all around the street. No one was injured. It just took a lot of stuff down. And we spoke with City Manager Mark McQueen, and this is what he told us.
The folks that were actually in the construction trailers vacated the trailers 5 to 7 minutes before they had gotten the Bay Alert. The warnings that came through, they vacated, which was a good thing, and no lives were injured or lost.
All right, you can see more of the video of the damage downtown on Harrison Avenue. This is what it looked like between 4 and 6 o'clock this afternoon. It's obviously past. The danger is past for the Bay County area at the moment, but you can see the debris. It's a pretty big mess. Our law enforcement, our first responders, if they're not busy enough with the pandemic, now they've got their hands full doing this, and we appreciate them very much. We're going to take you around the Panhandle in just a few moments. We're getting those live shots. Technology took a hit this afternoon, so we're getting those live shots. The reporters on the scene worked up for you, but there was other news today, and so we want to bring some of that to you as well. Let's begin. Unfortunately, the day started with an investigation into a murder. The Bay County Sheriff's Office investigating a woman being shot dead at the FEMA trailer site at the Bay County Fairgrounds. Deputies on scene had told us they were called to the shooting just before 1 this morning at 1110 Sherman Avenue in Cedar Grove. And when they got there, they found one woman on the scene with a gunshot wound under her right armpit. Rebecca Wages, a 40-year-old woman, a resident of the trailer park. That's how they identified her. The shooter was identified as 38-year-old Jason Bowen. He was arrested and charged with manslaughter and tampering with evidence. And we spoke to Ruth Corley, who is the public information spokesperson for the Bay County Sheriff's Office.
We're in the process of continuing the investigation to determine exactly what happened. He does admit to having shot her. He does admit to having taken things from her in the past. They apparently have some sort of history, and were in a confrontational mode at that point when she was shot.
Bowen also faces trafficking in methamphetamine, more than 200 grams, possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. And again, investigators say the shooting is an isolated incident and they are still investigating.
For the first time in 5 weeks, beachgoers will be able to hit the sands in Panama City Beach on a limited basis. The City Council voting to reopen the city beaches in conjunction with Bay County. News 13's Kayla Tucker has that story.
In their first day on the job, newly elected Mayor Mark Sheldon and Councilman Michael Jarman were faced with a tough decision to open the 9 miles of beach in the city or not.
Obviously a hot topic during our campaign season, and for Michael and I both, and I know Councilman Chester dealt with it as well.
After a short discussion, the council voted unanimously to open the sands during limited hours of the day.
It's important for people to have outlets for exercise and fresh air and sunshine.
I am a little concerned with our surrounding states and our states not having any decline in new cases. I'm a little concerned with Georgia still increasing.
Outsiders flocking to the area is a concern, but they're ensuring the closed beach message is still being shared.
The TDC is not going to be advertising for visitors to come down here, by no means. They're actually going to be flying a banner plane twice a day, I think, twice a day, and just, warning people and everything. So I assure you, they're not advertising and opening up the floodgates for visitors to come down.
While the beaches are only open for a limited time each day, Mayor Sheldon says they will be watching the virus even closer than before.
That I want to make sure that we are watching it so the curve doesn't grow on us. But if it's level or down, then we can look at it. We got to look at.
We have the best police department and fire department in the area, and they will be relied upon heavily to make sure that everything is going smooth.
The opening will go into effect Friday morning at 6. In Panama City Beach, Kayla Tucker, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
All right. Thank you very much. On now, after that meeting, of course, Police Chief Drew Whitman talked with News 13 about he and his agency will go about enforcing the beach reopening. It will be their responsibility. Police officers have already been patrolling the beach to make sure everyone stays off the sand since March 20th. So Chief Whitman says this will be a bit of a change in how they have to approach their patrol. He says they will have about 20 officers on the beach to start with in the morning, and then, because this opens tomorrow morning, and will add more if needed. Most importantly, Chief Whitman says he just wants people to comply with the rules that are set in place.
And don't take advantage of it. If we start getting large groups on there that violate these ordinances, we're going to have to close it down, and we don't want to do that. We want to give them an outlet. We just don't want people taking advantage of it or ruining it for someone else.
Fire Chief Larry Couch and his agency also has authority to enforce the beach opening times. Whitman says different city employees will also be assisting. Time now for weather. Here's Chief Ross Whitley.
Now your first alert storm team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Ross Whitley.
Little double intro there. We've had the storms move across the area today, obviously starting as early as 7 o'clock this morning. Let's take weather full screen here so that we can talk exactly about what I'm saying here. This is going all the way back, and you'll notice that hook that happened in northern Walton County continued into Holmes County and then eventually into Jackson County, prompting wind damage all along the way. That continued through Georgia. Then the second round of storms happened. As we got into about the 2-3 o'clock area, that's when we had a confirmed tornado in southwestern parts of Okaloosa County that continued to a probable waterspout over the Choctaw Bay, and then eventually a tornado off to the west of that. Meanwhile, we also had a confirmed tornado in northern Walton County, as well as one that ended up moving through the 5 Points and Ponce de Leon area. That's where we had damages from this thunderstorm that was up, and that was around the 3:43 time frame. We had 2 possible tornadoes. By the time we got to 4 o'clock, we had a tornado offshore, waterspout, strong offshore just off of Panama City Beach, as well as a possible tornado along 388 moving toward Deer Point, as well as a confirmed tornado that was in western or eastern parts of Holmes County and Washington County, getting ready to move into Jackson County. We got damage from that. This is where we had our wind speeds up to 70-mile-per-hour wind speed recorded out on that says Tyndall Air Force Base. That's pretty impressive. That must have been inflow from that storm. And then eventually damage toward downtown as well from that thunderstorm. So that was also where we had damage. This line thankfully weakened just a touch as it moved toward Gulf and Calhoun County, but unfortunately strengthened and produced another tornado warning in Franklin County, as well as back through Wakulla and Leon counties. The good news here is that the majority of the nasty weather has moved on through. So that is the excellent news across our area. We've had plenty of damage reports today, but so far what we're looking at is clearing out. Unfortunately, the cold front is still back off to our west, so it is possible that we see another round of showers and storms overnight tonight. Most likely the instability has been squashed from that line that did move through, so the line most likely will not be severe off overnight tonight with that cold front that does come through. This is our futurecast highlighting that time frame. So as we do move forward, we'll see the rain that is out there now continue to move off to the east, but as we get to the 10 o'clock hour, we could see storms moving back on shore off of the Gulf of Mexico and southeastern parts of Bay County, continuing through the Forgotten Coast area into Franklin County, even as we go into 1 a.m. Hopefully, those will not be severe. It depends on how much instability we can get across the area. So overnight tonight, I'm going to go with a 60% chance of showers and storms. That is going to be from Panama City, Bay County to Jackson County, back off to the east. Temperatures tonight should fall into the upper to lower 60s across the area. Tomorrow, thankfully and much needed, a dry day with temperatures in the low to mid 80s, plenty of sunshine. So tomorrow going to be a much better day than what we had today. And I do want to take this second to thank all of you that did choose us to watch today, to stay safe. I hope that everyone out there is safe that they find them. This finds them safe. I also want to thank my weather team because they did an excellent job. Lauren and Melissa both today were fundamental in the coverage. So great job all the way around. And I'm talking to you, the viewers, yourself as well, for staying safe because I haven't heard of any fatalities. So that's excellent news. That means you paid attention, you listened, and you took the storm seriously.
Good deal. Thanks so much. Great job there, Ross and Storm Team. Now, Frontline Hero, sponsored by Mariana Toyota and News 13. Today is David. David, nominated by his in-laws who say, quote, "This is our son-in-law, David. He is a firefighter EMT for the Lynn Haven Fire Department. He has to leave his wife and newborn baby to work and do his part during this pandemic. We are very proud of him. And we salute you, David. Appreciate so much what you do for our community every day." To nominate your hero, just download the My Panhandle mobile app. Click Frontline Heroes under Contests. We're back in a moment.
You're watching News 13 with Amy Hoyt, Jerry Brown, Courtney Mims, and Chief Meteorologist Ross Whitley.
Welcome back to News 13 at 6. Well, it's been quite a day. We can finally take a deep breath, although there's going to be a bit of a cleanup from the storm that hit us this afternoon. Now, Bay County wasn't the only one hit. As we know, we've talked about Walton and Calhoun, and now we head up to Jackson County, where News 13's Kayla Tucker joins us from right outside Mariana.
Hi, I'm here in Kinesville where there is multiple damage, a lot of trees down. As you can see behind me, there is an entire trailer down here in the area. Now, thankfully, no one was living in this trailer, is what I've been told by Sheriff Lou Roberts and the property appraiser. They are here on scene where I am. They're telling people to avoid this area as they're trying to clear the rows of trees, lots of debris. There's been many trees that have been taken down and a lot of homes damaged here in the Jackson County area. Another area that's seen a lot of damage is over on Farron Ranch Road, where we see most of the damage here in the area. But I do know all of the power in the county is out for sure, that I've been told by the sheriff, and they are trying to get that restored as we speak. I've seen crews out trying to get that restored, trying to get power back. But here in Jackson County, it's a lot of cleanup so far. Thankfully, no injuries have been reported, no fatalities, but there is a lot of damage.
Unfortunate situation there in Jackson County. Kayla Tucker following that report. Thank you, Kayla. Here in downtown Panama City, it was not spared this afternoon as those strong winds moved through. News 13's Madeline Bierster standing by. Madeline, a lot of cleanup downtown right now.
2, 3. That's right, guys. I'm downtown here in Panama City, right off Harrison Avenue, where a work trailer in front of the St. Andrews Towers actually crashed into the playground music building earlier today. There were no reports of any injuries or death again, but there is, as you can see, a lot of debris and a lot of damage. City Manager Mark McQueen says this cleanup could take hours.